friends, family, fans, fantastic fans. Welcome back to Back 9 Bets, episode 23. Attack, Potomac attack. Potomac attack. We are playing at TPC Potomac in Maryland, the East Coast. It's going to be cold. It's going to be rainy. It's okay. That's what's happening. It's been a long day for Linda Q over here. The model maniac's a little crazy. Month end at work is not ideal, but we are back in business. We did not let this slip away. So, before we bitch too much more, let's get into business and see what we are getting up to today. Let's take a look. Last week, nothing too crazy going on. We just kind of had a nice little week where we won a few placings, that, and that. No outrights, no nothing. Tony Finau finished second, but it didn't seem like he was ever going to win the goddamn tournament because John Rahm was a beast. We had him in one and done, though, so John Rahm, we are leading the one and done in Mark Fox's one and done. So everyone that's watching this, that in that one and done, you can suck it. Linda Q's kicking your ass. Anyway, we are moving up here. What's going on at TPC Potomac? Well, as you know, if you're watching the show, we're going to break down the criteria here. Strokes gained off the tee, critical. Way more important than tour average. The main driver of strokes gained off the tee is going to be accuracy. Insane amount of correlation for accuracy at this golf course. You know that if you're paying attention to golf anyway. Distance helps. Not ideal if you're a long bomber, but it helps. Ideally, you want accuracy. So that's going to be key. As always, strokes gained on approach, critical. Absolutely critical. Number one key statistic we always go to. Strokes gained around the green, same thing, just normal stuff. Tour average, 18% kind of stuff. Putting, not necessarily as important at this golf course. So we just rolling with the same amount of normal putting as we normally do. So basically it's strokes gained approach and accuracy off the tee. If you gain strokes off the tee as well, beautiful. We've got a nice little combination of strokes gained off the tee and accuracy. We're going to mix it. We'll get there in a little bit. Then, strokes gained approach. How are we going to break that down into some proximity ranges? Well, we've got two ranges that are in the 20% range. And we've only got 2 years of history at this golf course. It used to be the Quicken Loans Classic or something like that. Now it's the Wells Fargo. And there's 44% of shots take place from 150 to 200. So that's an important range. Very important range. So we're going to be focusing on that quite a lot. We want guys that can hit in the fairway, gain off the tee, and that are super solid from this particular range. Cheers. All right. So 40% total approach, 16% strokes gained approach regular, 5% last 24 rounds, 9% accumulation for proximity from 150 to 200 to get us to 40% total. Strokes gained around the green, 5%, just a little sprinkle. Strokes gained putting on bent grass, which is where they will be playing on this week, 10%. Bogey avoidance, 15%. Very important. Scores at this golf course have typically been very low unless your name's Francesco Molinari. Then you're going around there shooting 21 under par and kicking everyone's ass by 8 strokes. So that's what's going on there. Strokes gained off the tee, 10%. Driving accuracy, 10%. Good drives gained, 5%. And then off the tee last 24, 5% to get us 30% total driving. This is the most I've ever put in my model, I believe, for a strokes gained driving. 30% total driving is a lot of percentages. Usually for strokes gained approach, we're sitting at around 35. So to get to 30 with driving is very impressive. So yes, okay. And then that all goes into 80% of the stats, 10% world golf ranking, as always, and then 10% the last 24 rounds, as always. And then how do we break down the stats? 80% of the stats are broken into 2022. You get the gist. 36% for 2022 and 64% for 2021. Every week we add 2% to 2022. That's the goal. All right. Let's get into it. Let's check the model out. Corey Conners, top of the board for us. And why? Well, Corey, if you know Corey, I love Corey. He's a great golfer. Very casual, very smooth, swings like molasses, His off the tee game, very impressive. Baseline and recent form, 6th in the field. Love to see that. Distance, 64th. Not a big criteria here. Accuracy, 8th. Good drive gain, 4th. So there's a lot to like from Corey Conners when it comes off the tee. Then, recent approach game, 8th. 3rd. I'm going blind. 3rd. That is not an 8, that's a 3. And then he's just baseline approach plays 4th. So this guy is just a beast. His proximity numbers from 150 to 200, a little bit of a concern, but we know he's just going to be peppering flags all the time. And it's been difficult to try and figure out what we're going to do with Corey Conners. And I haven't had the opportunity to think that much. So we're going to kind of ride this wave together, folks, if you are with me still. Around the green game, a little skeptical, but we know that about Corey Conners. He makes up for that with his ball striking anyway. He is $10,100 and is looking to be up here in the 23% range ownership-wise. So that's going to be kind of crazy. What are we going to do with Corey Conners? Let's start off with what we have done with Corey Conners, is we've bet him at plus 125 for a top 20. He's so freaking solid. Last 6 tournaments he's played in, worst finishing position is T35. 35th is the worst he's come in the last 6 events he's teed up in. 4 top 20s in those tournaments. And they're going to give us plus money at a golf course that is literally built for him to succeed at. Hit it in the fairway, hit your ball on the green, 2-putt, maybe roll it in every now and then, move on to the next hole. Not a lot of birdies need to be made, although he does typically make a lot of birdies when he hits it to 3 feet or so. So we like Corey Conners. He's not necessarily that good on bend versus his baseline, but we know he's a shitty putter anyway. So who cares? He's going to putt bad. He's going to putt bad. 23%. I don't know. I think we're going to go to Abraham Answer if we're going to go DFS-wise. We've got Corey for the top 20. We like that with him. I think Abe's the guy. At 11%, the model likes him a lot. And his recent approach play hasn't been fantastic. 60th in the field last 24 rounds. Has been playing some bigger golf courses, has been playing courses that he's coming back from an injury. It looked like he finally played well in Mexico. For 4 rounds, he got through that tournament. No injuries, none of that nonsense. So he's going to be okay. He's going to be doing better this week. I think he's back to normal, gets back to his baseline. I think he's going to be fine. What we love about Answer is he's the same thing as Corey. In the fairway all the time. Beautiful stuff. Good drives gain. He leads the field. Gotta love that. Gotta love that. Then when it comes to the proximity ranges from 150 to 200, he's 3rd in the field. And that is not an 8. That's a 3. I read it right this time. So Abraham Answer, also like Corey, although Corey has been chipping a little bit better around the greens lately, Abe's got some issues around the greens. However, apparently you don't need that much of a big deal chipping around this golf course. It's all about ball striking. Kyle Stanley won this goddamn tournament without gaining strokes putting. He lost strokes putting and won. So it's possible. And Abraham Answer is absolutely capable of driving and ironing, kind of like a housewife, just out there, just ironing his way to victory. So that's what's going on with Abraham Answer. He's a much better putter than Corey Connors and avoids bogeys slightly more. What is going on here, Bye? There we go. Okay. So, yes, Abraham Answer, we love him. And if we're going to get him at half of what Corey Connors is going to be, fire away with that. I'm full send on Abraham Answer. I love what he's capable of doing. I don't know if he's currently in a position to play the way we hope he can. But if we're going to be playing GPPs, got to get frisky, got to take on a risk. I do believe that is what you have to do in order to win these damn things. 23% owned right now. Corey's probably going to come in at 25. Let's be honest, yeah. So we've got the top 20 on Corey Connors already. If he does that, then we cash, So go get a top 20. I think it's still plus 120 on FanDuel. Go grab that. And then play Abraham Answer with me. I think everything about his game suits this golf course very nicely, apart from the fact that he's been injured recently and hasn't been playing that well. So that's what's going on with Abe. I'm going to be playing him as as a top guy here in the 10K range, along with a few others as we go down the board. Now, Rory McIlroy, he gains a lot of strokes off the tee. And I don't know. I'm not as big a Rory McIlroy homer as everyone else. 11.5K, that's quite steep. Very good at putting on bent. Not bad there. Makes a lot of birdies. He's bogey avoidance. Now, I don't know if that's bringing in 2021 when he wasn't playing that hot. But even now, he doesn't have anything about his ball striking is not, apart from his driver, which is a massive weapon. I mean, the guy is third in the field off the tee and fourth in the last 24 rounds, which is ideal for off the tee stuff. But then you get to approach play where Rory, approach is very important. We've got 40% ranking percentage for approach. And he is 16th with baseline. That's his best stat. Abraham is third from 150 to 200. Corey is just a ball striking machine when it comes to the irons. Then you go to Russell Henley. He's second. Then you go to Tony Finau. He's fifth and first from that proximity. Seamus Power, we'll get to him eventually, but he's also not necessarily the best iron player, but he's got a very solid game. Then you get Keegan Bradley, who's approach play second. So Rory, yes, everything else about his game is very impressive. Good putting, good around the green game, good driving, but the irons just aren't there like the rest of his cronies around him. And $11,500, I think we're going to give it a skip. Can't say I'm a massive fan. I mean, I think he's too much in his head right now as well. I watched him play in Dubai, had an opportunity to win the tournament, hit it in the juice, hit it in the water. He's inside his head. He wasn't anywhere near contention at Augusta until the final day when he went and shot a 64 on Sunday when there was no pressure, almost won the tournament. When there's no pressure, had the most fun he's ever had on a golf course, according to him. I don't know why. If he's going to be the best player in the field, he's going to be under pressure all the time to play well. It's a tight golf course. His driver, I mean, look at this accuracy and good drives gained. It's not that necessarily that impressive. When it goes bad for him, it goes really bad. So yes, I'm done talking about Rory. We're fading him this week. The approach play is not there for me. It's nice, but it's not amazing. I'm a big approach play guy. Russell Henley, plus 185 on FanDuel for a top 20. Love that. We are in on that for sure. I think it's down to 165 now. Still available on FanDuel. And Russell Henley is our first round leader at 55-1. And he's also our first outright of the show at 40-1, I believe. 40-1. There we go. I just gave away the whole show secrets. So if you wanted to know where the outrights are, there they were. Anyway, Russell Henley. We got him in top 20, first round leader outright. And we have all of our outrights for first round leaders this week. Russell Henley, off the tee, not the best. Very accurate. Good drives gained, 7th. Accuracy, 18th. Love to see that from Russell. And then he's just the best approach player in the field, period. Sorry, Sia. Hate to say that word, but he's the best approach player in the field, period. Done. Signed, sealed, delivered. Recent approach play, fantastic. Around the green game, very solid, actually. Playing very nicely when he's coming around the green there. Putting, very average stuff, not necessarily the most important stat around this golf course. And then he's third in bogey avoidance. Very important stat here. Kyle Stanley, Kyle Stanley shot 7 under to win the tournament. Francesco shot 21 and won by 8, so next best was 13. So eliminate Molinari, and it's 13 and 7 that basically won this tournament. Not going to have to make a lot of birdies at this event. That isn't necessarily Russell Henley's MO. What he does is doesn't make a lot of bogeys. So $9,300, 17% owned. I don't know. We've got him we bet him. We bet Russell Henley and let the chalk fall as it does. I don't know if it makes any sense for me to say that, but Russell Henley is going to be a bet guy. We'll leave him alone in the DFS side of things. 17% is pretty steep. I mean, Abraham Anseh 11%. That's probably going to come in a little bit lower even. We've got Corey. I mean, if we do this, let's get these guys out of here. We'll break it down this way. I mean, look where he sits. He's easily the least owned guy in the field in that top 10, in that $10,000 range. Love to see that. Putts really nicely on bent. Last 50 rounds, better. He's slightly better putting on bent versus. So this is bent, and this is the difference between bent and baseline putting. I'm probably just getting out of control here, but that's what's going on there. So yes, what we like about Abe is he's sitting right in the middle of these guys that are all going to be very high owned. I think this golf course suits Abraham Anseh very nicely. He got his first little run in at Mexico. That golf course doesn't suit his game at all. This one does. He was playing nicely. He made the cut, did his thing. So yes, that's what's going on there. Let's get back to business with the rankings though. So Russell Henley, outright leader, ball striking machine, doesn't going to have to make a lot of putts down the stretch. Hopefully not. Maybe he just goes and makes 18 pars. Maybe that's all that you need. It's going to be a bit softer golf course, which might mean that he has to make a few more birdies. But man, if it's a difficult week this week, Russell Henley's the guy. We're going to bet the heck out of him and probably leave him alone in DFS. Tony Finau leads the field in 150 to 200 proximity. So that's quite ideal. And if we do want to go to someone up in the 10K range, we're going to gamble with Tony and the putter. We're going to gamble with Tony and the putter. Now, this column right here by the 39 is bent. I wish that... There we go. Okay. It's a little zoomed out now, but at least you can see what we're talking about. This is the bent column. And you know what? Tony, 39th on putting. He's not necessarily the best putter in the world. We know that. Lost 5 strokes in the first 2 rounds at Mexico. Still made the cut, losing 5 strokes putting. That's a hell of an impressive round. And he's 69 shots better, strokes better, rankings better versus his baseline on bent. So we like that about Tony. Not necessarily the bogey guy that we like. Makes a lot more birdies than he does bogeys, which is surprising with how bad he putts. But ball striking irons, beautiful. But he's got the same situation as Rory. And if we're going to fade Rory for that kind of driving approaches, driving accuracy. Excuse me. I've had a long day, folks. Apologies. I've gone straight from work straight into this thing. I've barely paid any attention to any of this stuff. So we are flying by the seat of our pants, if you have not noticed that yet. Got Keystones. And life is good now. We're chilling out, going down the board. But Tony's approach play just magnificently better than Rory. And $1,000 cheaper, $900 cheaper. Maybe we sprinkle a bit of Tony in there. But we're going to get to these guys now. Seamus Power, 12%. If that's the case, we are going balls to the wall. Because we've got Seamus Power. We're going to bet him outright. 50-1. We have a ticket on him. Currently sitting around about, I think, 35. It dropped a lot. First round leader. Have no idea what the hell that odds are. 50. So we've got a 50-1 for Seamus, first round leader. We've got a top 20 at plus 210. Yes, yes, yes. He cashed the top 30 at Augusta in his debut. Yes. And guess what Seamus is? This beautiful blue box right here is bogey avoidance. Critical stat this week. And Seamus Power leads the field. Last year, 7th on tour in bogey avoidance. This year, 10th on tour in bogey avoidance. He has been playing fantastic golf. Had a beautiful run early in the season, 7 top 20s in 8 tournaments, and then fell off the wagon a little bit. Eventually, he had a bit of a meltdown at Pebble, still managed a top 20 there, and then after that, the wheels fell off for a bit. He's back. This golf course suits him very nicely. 33rd in accuracy, 17th in good drives gained. Not necessarily the longest guy on tour. He's got a really decent approach play game, solid around the greens. Not recently, but he had a hectic time around Bay Hill at the Arnold Palmer Invitational, which was tough for him. However, he does not make a lot of bogeys. That's what we like the most about Seamus Power. Yes, yes, yes. Next up, Keegan freaking Bradley. And we're going to jump all the way over here to this strokes gained putting last 24 rounds. And Keegan Bradley, friends, family, and fans, is 37th in this field in strokes gained putting. He has played the last 4 tournaments. He's gained strokes gained putting twice, and he's lost just a fraction in the other 2. So he's got his putter dialed in the last 4 events. Major stuff. When he has putted well, his approach play has let him down. If he gets those 2 if Keegan Bradley can gain strokes putting this week, or even just go neutral, this golf course suits him so very well. Second best approach play in the field, second best from 150 to 200, third off the tee, fourth in strokes gained total the last 24 rounds, 8th strokes gained total baseline. Holy cow. What is there not to like about Keegan? Accuracy and good drives gained. Bit of an issue. Not terrible. 43rd in the field. It is what it is. His approach play, fantastic. I think that's more than enough to take care of that. If he's hitting long irons off the tees that he has to get in the fairway, he's more than adequate or capable of doing that. Very nice and very handy around the greens, which is good. Never a bad thing to have. Bogey avoidance is solid. 18% out at $9,600. I think we're going to go there. I believe Keegan Bradley is going to win this event. He is my probably going to be one and done pick this week. I just think he's going to do it. If he can put the putter into play again, just gain a little bit of strokes putting, the rest of his game is fitting this golf course like a freaking glove, friends and family. No fans in that one. Bogey avoidance is nice. Beautiful stuff. So Keegan Bradley, what did we do? We had Keegan Bradley at 40-1 to win. We got a first round leader for Keegan Bradley at 50-1. And then we've got him for a top top 20 at plus 200. So we are going balls to the wall with Keegan. Absolutely everything about him is money this week. 18% owned, $9,600. I don't give a rip. We are going there. We're going to eat that chalk up like it's goddamn caviar. Matt Fitzpatrick, top 20, plus 165 on FanDuel. I think it's down to 145 now, 120. I'm not sure, but it did drop a little bit. If you wait for FanDuel to put their odds out, the moment they put their odds out, their odds are wrong. I mean, holy cow, Russell Henley was plus 185 to finish top 20. And now it's all the way down, I think, to 160. So there's lots of stuff that goes on and changes after they drop the odds. Make sure you pay attention when those odds drop with FanDuel. Matt Fitzpatrick, just super solid. Accuracy off the tee, stunning stuff. Recent approach play, 10th in the field. So his ball striking suits this golf course magnificently. 14th around the green. I mean, everything. And his putting is 16th in the field. Is just very, very consistent, very, very solid. I don't think we're going to go to him in DFS at 16%. However, we've got him for a top 20 at 165. $20 on Matt Fitzpatrick at 165 gives us $32 back if he finishes inside the top 20. Let the 16% people own deal with him. If he just finishes 19th, we make cash. It's way to go. I love that about Matt Fitzpatrick. Beautiful stuff. I mean, he has been playing fantastic golf recently. So I'm going to go with him on the top 20, 165. Doug Gim, $7,800, 8% owned. I like that. I mean, this guy's 9th in the model and he's $7,800. Between him and Russell Knox, Ryan Armour, holy cow, talk about, we're going to be going to these boys over here. The model's kicking out some serious stuff. It's probably got to do with the bogey avoidance, their approach play, and their accuracy. That's what we like to see here. Also decent off the tee stuff. That's what we're looking for from guys in this range. And Doug Gim gives us all of that stuff. Off the tee, 35th. Accuracy off the tee, 24th. Good drives gain, 19th. Approach baseline, 8th. Beautiful stuff there. He's exceptional from 150 to 200 yards out. 6th in the field from 150 to 200. Love to see that. Whoops. Around the green game, typically very nice. 36th in the field there. Recently not so well. Very bad putter. At this golf course, we just saw in the key stats. Let's take a look. Whoops. Key stats. Putting. 0.54. It's less than tour average, which is 0.6. So, putting, not necessarily as important at this venue as it is everywhere else. Doug Gim sucks at putting. Who cares? Not as important this week. What does he do? Makes bogeys not as many times as other people. 9th in the field in bogey avoidance. That's beautiful. $7,800, 8% owned. Let us go to Doug Gim. 9th in the model. Absolutely love that. So, yes, we love to see Dougie Gim, the Gim Reaper, doing wonderful things for us. Webb Simpson, I don't trust him. I don't know. $8,100, 7% owned. A lot to like if he's healthy, if he was playing the way his baseline says he can. Not a lot about his game gives me confidence right now. I know my boy Spencer, big fan of Webb Simpson. Going to let him play him, and we'll see how things go from there. Next up, Russell Knox, 130 to 1 to win this freaking tournament. Potomac attack, Russell Knox. 130 to 1 to win this thing. I think he's 90 to 1 to win the first round leader. And then he's plus 140 to finish inside the top 40. Russell lacks distance, so we call him No Muscle Russell. Love that nickname about Russell. 119th in the field distance. Disgusting. Between these three guys, Brian Harmon, Ryan Armour, and No Muscle Russell, things are a little rough. I mean, we can call both these boys, Russell Henley and Russell Knox, on No Muscle Russells. So we'll see what cooks. Very accurate off the tee. Love to see that from Russell. And you know what? He's accurate enough that he's still inside the top 40 in the field off the tee. That's nice. Love to see that. Approach play, 7th. Baseline, recently, struggled a little bit lately. Hasn't been playing his best golf. DFS, 7% owned, $7,300. He's 11th in our model. Let's go there. Bogey avoidance, 4th. Proximity from 150 to 200, 4th. He has got elite traits. He does. And he's 7% owned at $7,300. Absolutely going to go to Russell Knox. If he has a bad week, he has a bad week. Do love his game, though. Around the green, not necessarily the best. Putting, not necessarily the best. I think that's what gets him in trouble a lot. According to the statistics and the correlations, those two, the short game isn't as critical as what he does best, and that's pound fairways and pound greens. Plus 140 to finish inside the 40, inside the top 40. 130 to 1 to win the tournament. 90 to 1 to win Thursday. We are going there. Next up, Ryan Armour. Under Armour Ryan. Plus 200 for a top 40. We are going there. Yes, we are. And he's 6,800. I mean, I think at $6,800, 7%, I think that might be a little bit short of what the ownership is going to be for him. He is most likely going to be up in the tens, in the double digit ownership. I think that 7% is very low. It's most likely going to be higher than that. 12th in bogey avoidance. Love that from him. Not a bad putter generally. Very solid recent approach play. Love to see that, and he's always in the fairway. So it's $6,800. Monitor the ownership. If it's anything under 10%, let's go. Maybe even, I don't know if it's going to stay at 7%, though. That's the thing. But we've got a top 40 on him at plus 200. And I believe he's finished inside the top 40 in 4 of his last 7 events, if I recall correctly, from Breaking 100 on rotoballer.com. If you want to avoid me rambling on about all this stuff, anything that I'm going to be saying now is most likely going to be written in very concise and eloquent sentences on rotoballer.com. Breaking 100. Go check it out. If you want the premium crap on there, use code MANIAC. You get yourself 10% off, courtesy of me. Welcome to the Rotoballer Club. Ryan Armour, most accurate guy in the field. Good drives gained. Second. Recent approach play, fantastic. Top 40, plus 200. Sign us up. Brian Harmon, we like him. Going to just skip by because we like Kevin Streelman more. Kevin Streelman. We are going to Kevin Streelman. Plus 135 for a top 40 for the Kevin Streelman fan club. He is very consistent off the tee. Accuracy 13th. Has had some struggles recently on approach. However, the beauty of DFS is people will look at his recent approach play, and say, well, not the best, but we know what he's capable of. And he's actually quite competent from 150 to 200. 25th in the field from that range. So that's nice to see from him. Makes the 20th least amount of bogeys in the field. Beautiful stuff. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. I love Kevin Streelman. Plus 135, top 40. Let's rock and roll. Tyrrell Hatton. He suits longer golf courses, like Augusta, which he did not play very well at. Okay. He did not play well there, but it was all because of his putter. He hits his long irons like one of the best on tour. At this course, 150 to 200, not necessarily long irons, hitting wedges, hitting 7 irons more regularly. That's his jam. Very good putter. Does not make a lot of pars compared to the rest. 54th in bogey avoidance. Yeek. $9,900, 9% owned, skipping over Tyrrell. Skipping over Siwoo as well. I'm not necessarily going to be going to him. 10% at $8,400. Max Homer. Love Max Homer. Not going to be playing him this week. I think driver is going to be a bit of a concern for me, regardless of his approach. Beautiful approach play lately. He has really been working on his irons and it's coming together. Look at the bogey avoidance, 80th as well. So it's a Max Homer fade this week for us. I love Max. I don't know if this is the course for him. The same goes for Paul Casey. Always struggling with the back problems and back spasms and neck issues. And who the hell knows if he's fallen off his bicycle lately or not. However, his recent approach play when his back is not spasming is first in the field over the last 24 rounds. He's super solid when it comes to bogey avoidance, but we're skipping Paul Casey. If he's 11% owned, there's no need to risk that nonsense. Screw it. Lucas Glover, on the other hand, yay. Talk about ball striking down in the $7,200 range. Accuracy off the tee, 25th. Beautiful. Strokes gained off the tee, 22nd. Proximity from 150 to 200, 10th. Absolutely love that from the glove man. And then, he's $7,200. So you're not going to see a lot of green in his column, but the ball striking side of things is beautiful. We know he's a disgustingly bad putter. So the stats not necessarily that important here. $7,200, 6% owned. Lucas Glover. We are going to go to Lucas Glover. Let's put a nice little colorful thing on him here so we can highlight that we like him. Cool. Sergio Garcia, off the tee first. Everything else about his game, garbage apart from his putting, which is weird. Not sure why he's putting so well lately. Bogey avoidance, 14th, but not too much we like about Sergio. Don't necessarily like him that much. Matthew Neesmith, approach play. He is one of the best approach players in the field. Absolutely fantastic. Around the green, struggles. Putting, struggles. $7,600, 10% owned. No, not going there. All of these guys. Martin Laird, $7,100, 9% owned. Woo, I don't know. Understandable, though. Look at this. Accuracy, recent approach play. Maybe. I actually prefer that. He's around the green game a bit better than Martin, if we want to talk about that. And he's also 500. Oh, we are talking about Martin. Matthew Neesmith is $500 more, and he's not necessarily got the same short game as Party Marty. So if you're looking to go to someone in the $7,100 range, Martin Laird is definitely there. I know that 9% might even start creeping up even more still. Who the heck knows? Joel Damon, as you can tell, we had Joel Damon. Max and Joel were absolute considerations for outrights. And where the heck did we just skip over Seamus? I think we just skipped all the way over Seamus. Where is he? Did we chat about him? Yeah, we did. It's been one of those days. Okay. Seamus Power, plus 210 for top 20. Okay. Getting back on track. Max Homer wasn't a consideration because there was a lot of stuff that we didn't like about his game at this golf course. Joel Damon, on the other hand, off the tee, 21st ranked. Accuracy, very nice. Very solid from 150 to 200. Short game, a massive concern. However, at this golf course, we've discussed this. Doesn't matter that much. $7,600, 11% owned. I don't know. Putts 30 rankings better on bent versus baseline. $7,600, 11% owned. Joel Damon, you make up your own mind. I don't know. It's all about ownership. It's tough to decide. There's a lot of guys in the 7K range that are going to be in double digits. That's kind of crazy. It's looking that way. Probably because they're all going to Rory and Corey up in the top. Especially Rory, 11.5K. Woo. So we'll get to Brian Stewart, who is plus 240 to finish inside the top 40. And we have gone there, folks. Brian Stewart, plus 240 inside the top 40. Shortest guy in the field by far. There's 152 players in the field, I believe. Accuracy, second best. Good drives gained, third. Now, Brian Stewart's recent approach play has been sizzling. He's ninth in the field in approach of the last 24 rounds. $6,900, 4% owned. Putts better on bent grass. Bogey avoidance, 21st. Everything about Brian Stewart's game is stunning. Around the green, 26th. Putting, 57th. It is what it is. He's putting on bent. That's going to make a big difference. He's 23 rankings better on bent grass. 4% owned, $6,900. I mean, we got a $6,900 guy inside the top 25 in the model. We're going to go to Brian Stewart. Top 40 plus 240 all day long. Off the tee, bit of an issue. However, very accurate, and his irons are going to make up for that. The distance, an issue. Yes, we get that. But if you hit your irons as well as he does, it's not that big of a deal. If he was a bad iron player and was very accurate off the tee but lacked distance, different situation. I know Mr. Pat Mayo, not a big fan of Brian Stewart because of the distance off the tee that lacks. However, never once mentioned that this guy is one of the best approach players in the field. So, if he can continue that, he's got a very good short game. Bogey avoidance is stunning, $6,900, 4% owned, all goddamn day long. Jonathan Vegas doesn't necessarily seem like he suits this golf course. Accuracy outside the top half. 23rd in approach recently. Not bad around the greens. Putter is a big concern. I don't know. Putts better on bent, I guess. So, I don't know. We'll see what cooks. Sepp Straka, recent, has been playing fantastic lately. Absolutely stunning stuff. Around the green, putting, all that jazz. He bombs it off the tee, I believe. Yeah, 24th in the field, bombing it. Is he going to be able to keep it in the fairway enough to capitalize on his solid approach play? That's not necessarily the best in the field, but it's decent. A lot of his game is solid, kind of like Seamus. But his bogey avoidance is 73rd, so absolutely not going to shame Sepp Straka there at all. Mark Leishman, $9,700, 10% owned. Very nice stuff around the green. Typically, I think since the quarantine has ended, he's been playing a lot better golf. Very good at putting. Very nice proximity ranges. Actually, give me bets, my boy. Shout out to you, dude. He believes Mark Leishman's going to win this week. And I think it hinges on his driver, really, because the rest of his game is solid. Very, very solid. $9,700, 10% owned. At that price range, all the way down here in the lower 20s, upper 20s, we've got other guys that will go to at less ownership and cheaper prices. All of these boys up here. Not necessarily Jonathan Vegas. Sergio Garcia, no, but we're going to go Brian Stewart, Lucas Glover. Love those folks up there. Matt Kuchar as well. Accuracy off the tee. Very nice stuff. Love to see that. Around the green, short game putting, all that stuff. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. 9% owned, $7,900. Good to see. It's good to see. So, I don't know. Keep an eye on that. Vaughn Taylor is another guy I've been betting on a lot in DFS. This golf course seems to suit his game a lot better. Very nice from 150 to 200. Very solid around the greens. Putting, not the best. However, doesn't make that too many bogeys all the way down here. $6,300 for Vaughn Taylor, 2% owned. That's very nicely on bent grass. Distance, a major concern. However, he's $6,300, guys. Holy cow. So, and makes, a decent amount of pars. The bogey avoidance is very nice there. So I'm running out of juice. Cameron Young, I don't know. I mean, his accuracy for a guy that hits it this long is very impressive. Recent approach play has been very nice, mostly because of RBC. The guy was crushing it, and then at the Genesis as well. Around the green game has been skeptical over his short career on tour, but been chipping much better lately too. So a lot of his game is getting there, and at 14% owned. I don't know about that. Gonna give him a skip. Mark Hubbard. I like Mark Hubbard. $7,100, 5% owned. He was a guy we liked at Mexico, and I think if he did play well at Mexico until Sunday, and then he spiraled down the leaderboard. But this golf course is going to suit him a lot better. So we're going to go with Mark Hubbard here. I think we like him. Henrik Norlander, $6,300, 1% owned, putts very nicely compared to his baseline on bent grass. So we like that about him. Very accurate off the tee. Very good from 150. Henrik Norlander. Yeah. A little reminder for myself. Gonna go to him. $6,300 means we can get frisky up top, get a little different. Let's get to the people that we need to talk about, though. Nate Lashley. Absolutely love Nate Lashley. We have an outright on him. Plus 150 outright. And I believe he's, 100 to 150 to 1 outright and 100 to 1 for first round leader. What do we like about 12 off recent approach play? Nate Lashley. Been great with his irons lately. Very accurate driver. If you think about Nate Lashley, he contended at Pebble last year. He hits a lot of greens when it comes to these shorter golf courses. He hits a lot of fairways as well. Very solid around the green. Very nice. Makes a decent, his bogey avoidance is very nice too. And he's 7K, going to be 5% owned. Sign us the hell up. Sign us the hell up for Nate Lashley. Look at those recent approach play. Very, very nice stuff. Very, very nice stuff. So that's very nice here down here at the bottom. I mean, his baseline's obviously holding his, model ranking up a little bit, but it's okay. Cool. So he's that guy, Nate Lashley. And then who else do we have outright? Spoken about Russell. Okay, let's go find Adam Svensson. And then we're going to get out of here. I'm running out of juice. Where the heck is Svensson? Let's find Svensson. There we go. Okay. Adam Svensson. Well, a lot of red when it comes to baseline stuff. However, everything last 24 rounds is green or yellow. Last 24 rounds total, 61st in the field. He's $6,900, 4% owned, and he's plus 250 on DraftKings to win this tournament. When he's played at shorter golf courses, he has finished T7, T9, and T25th at the Honda, at, was it Pebble? And whatever. Anyway, go look up his stats. I can't remember. I'm running out of juice, I said. He is impressive on the shorter golf courses. His distance, he lacks distance. And when he gets onto these courses, he's very, very good from this proximity range. The longer irons are a big issue for him. However, been playing very nicely with his irons lately, and he's very impressive from that range. At 250 to 1, $2 wins you $500 if he wins. He was in contention at the RBC. That's one of the events that he played nicely at too. We had him at 1,000 to 1 at plus 1,000 to finish inside the top 20, and he finished 27th. That would have been a stunning victory for us. That's basically an outright win. I mean, John Rahm was plus 350 at the last tournament to win it. Svensson was plus 1,000 to finish inside the top 20, finished 27th. So shorter golf courses, Adam Svensson, he's our guy. Okay, that's it for me. I'm done. I'm exhausted. Guys, chat to you soon. Have a great week. Smile at anyone that you see that needs a good day to be made. And we'll chat to you guys next week. Linda Q out.